Hello friends, welcome. It is Rachel here, and today I am continuing on this journey of making this mini album. It has been a journey, as I said, and I am continuing that today. I am using the Simple Stories Safe Travels collection. I love this collection. One of my favorites of the year, along with Cocoa Vanilla Studio. What's it called? How am I forgetting what it's called? But you know what it's called. I use it in all of my other videos, and I'm sure it'll come to me. I'm sure you're yelling at the screen right now. But those two have been two of my favorite collections from 2021. If I'm looking back, those have been really fun for me. Anyway, my voice is cracking. Sorry, I'm not crying. It sounded like I was about to start crying, but I'm not. Anyway, I'm also, so both of those collections you can find at Scrapbook Nerd. I'll put the link down below. But I'm also working with the Photo Play Folio album, which you can also find at Scrapbook Nerd. And these albums are really cool. They're really easy to put together. You don't have to cut anything. You don't have to, except I think you have to cut the pockets, maybe, but they're easy to cut. Everything is very easy. The instructions are all laid out for you. It's all very simple and straightforward. And you get this really neat album in the end. So I am filling up this album with pictures and memories, and yeah, so let's dig into this. The last time I made a video, which I should mention, there are a couple parts to this, so you can find those. And if you want to catch up, you can watch those first and then come back to this. But I'm doing a couple pages here, and sorry about Remy there. What I already did in the last video was the papers for this part of the album. The last video just took so long that I kind of cut it short, and not cut it short, but I stopped recording because I was crafting for so long. I'm like, you know what, this video will be too long, so that's why I saved this part of the album for a separate video. So yeah, what I'm doing here is just finding all the different pockets for the different things, different photos, and also matting all the photos. And I'm going to put this it's not a puffy sticker, foam sticker on here. I didn't want to cover up too much of the photo, but I honestly just love the way it looked. The word explore, it looked best, I thought. So that's what I ultimately end up going with. I like how it goes over the photo. Even though it covers up some of it, I just like the way it looks. And I'm going to use that little arrow to kind of point to the photo. If you don't know, this is an album of when my husband and I went on a little road trip to Quebec, and just for a couple days in the summer. It was kind of our first, it was really our first time away overnight, I think. Oh, we went away for a couple nights up north, like camp to a cabin the summer before, but otherwise it was like our first time going away to where people are, a tourist spot, I guess I should say, since the pandemic started. So it was kind of a big deal, and it was kind of like a little bit of a difficult transition because in Ontario we have been so restricted for so long, and then we went to this touristy place and it was a little bit overwhelming, but I think now if we went it would have been different, but at that time we were just starting to kind of immerse ourselves back into socializing again, so it was a little bit of a shock, but it was still really fun to just like get away and stuff like that. So yeah. So on the pocket, you can see that I did some embellishments, and I did that big let's go circular element, I guess, oval element, you could say. And I tried to cover that spot up a lot because I'd accidentally put adhesive on the wrong side of that paper when I was putting it on that pocket. So there was already adhesive on it, so I was trying to cover it up. I don't know if you noticed that at all, but that's why I had to make sure there were some large embellishments on that pocket. But I like the way it turned out anyway, so I think it's just fine. So two of these photos here, I'm going to put on some tags. I have some tags here. from the collection that are on the cut apart sheet, and they're really cool. They're double-sided tags, which I love. So I'm just going to cut those out, and I'm going to put the photos on the back of those. I don't think they're really important photos, so I think that it's kind of a cool element to do a little tag to be a little bit different. And I do end up sewing the tags in the end. I don't show that part, but I will show at the end how that looks. So I'm just going to adhere that all together. I'm going to just stick that photo onto the tag, and then I'm going to cut around the tag, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And then I'm going to grab some black and white twine from my stash to match with the black in the sewing. And then the sewing that I do on the tag is actually going to be a light pink color, and there's a little bit of light pink throughout the book as well in the sewing and in the papers and stuff. So it all kind of comes together as a whole. So yeah, so there's the twine that I just grabbed from my stash, and that's going to go in the pocket. And I am happy with how that turned out, because like I said, they're not really important photos, so I didn't think they really needed like a place to shine. But if you're going through the album, you can kind of take the tags out and look at everything. So it makes it a little bit more interactive, which I think is a super special thing about these folio albums, is that it's interactive. There are pockets, there are different folded elements, and I think that's really neat. So that's something I love. So make sure you keep watching this series that I'm doing with Scrapbook Nerd on, excuse me, I think I need some water, on this album. It's such a cool album, and like I said, the shop has a bunch of different varieties of these kind of albums. So if you're not the type that wants to make it from scratch, I think this is a really great alternative, and I'll definitely be doing it in the future, I think, with a Disney album and stuff like that. Really, really cool. So I'm going to mat this photo, and this photo will not be on a tag. It'll just kind of be on its own. I'm not going to do anything to it, although I probably could have, and it would have looked really neat. But to do like some embellishing or stickers or just something simple, a label or something on it. I don't know why I didn't do that or think of that, or for any of the photos. I could have put some labels like I would in Project Life or something. But anyway, I didn't do that, and that's okay. But I'm now going to work on this left-hand side pocket and do some layering there. I picked up the sticker book, and so the sticker book's a little bit newer to me, so just kind of flipping through that and figuring out what kind of things I want. I love when Simple Stories has these layered little label pieces. I think that's really, really cool and really unique. I had the Simple Stories, I want to say it's Say Cheese collection. It's one of like the newer like Disney themed collections. Yeah, I think it's Say Cheese, and they have these layered embellishments in it, and it's really cool. They're like pre-made embellishments for you, and I really love it. So I think that's really a really cool, unique touch that Simple Stories has, and I don't know if a lot of other companies or brands do those like pre-made layered embellishments or labels. So that's really fun. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on this side a little bit more, and then I'm actually going to finish up a little bit on the right-hand side because there were a few more things that I decided to add. And so yeah, I only did 2 pages in this video, but I didn't want it to be like a super long video where you'd be clicking out of it because you'd get bored with all of the different pages. But stay tuned for more videos of this album, and feel free to go rewatch the older videos that I've posted in the last couple of months from this album and see the other pages, the process that I do with those pages. And I feel like they're just getting more and more fun and interesting and special, so I'm really excited for all of the pages to come. It's a really, really cool album. So I'm doing these finishing touches here. I love how these sticker books have so many phrases and things. So I love like tiny word stickers and stuff like that. And yeah, so there we go. There's the little flip through. Here we go. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like making mini albums? Have you ever worked with a folio before? I think they're so cool and neat and interactive, and I am having a lot of fun with this. I think this page has a lot of fun elements, and I love how the tags turned out, especially with the sewing. And I could even do some journaling on the back of that photo as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video inspired you, and have a great day. Bye!